You know, you hear people say sometimes, if I could just go back for one day back when I was 20, 21, 22, I'd do it a second. Hell, I've said it a few times. So I did it. I went back for one day back when I was about 22. And I'm going to try to take you back there with me. This is called the Wagon. You breathe in that sharp air. It's cold, crisp, and clear. Your eyes come open wide. Your warm bedroll feels nice, but there's a thin sheet of ice on the wall of your teepees inside. You hear some loud clanging, the Dutch oven banging. Cook seeing how loud he can be. You just well get on up and go get you a hot cup. Besides, you really need to pee. Slap your hat on your head, dig your shirt from your bed, and put it all on sitting down. Your boots are still wet, but that's as good as it's going to get. Yesterday, you thought you was going to drown. You maneuver with quickness to go do your business in the dark on the wet, frozen ground. And then with chilly desire, you go find a fire and start pouring that hot coffee down. A good hour of mud drinking, your conversation and thinking. The cocinero hollers out, "Chuck, them biscuits he been making, the scrambled eggs and the bacon, your belly thinks it run across some luck." Then them sounds drift into you as you hear the remuda still just a ways out of camp. And like a rehearsed recital, you all go pick up your bridles and your rope that's still heavy and damp. And like a living work of art, you stand 30 feet apart. Inside the circle is over 100 head. Snorting and blowing, they sure make a showing. The grays, bays, deep sorrel reds. There's that old grill Pat calls him Tom Dooley. That old pet's as fat as a tick. And that little bronc Punch, he'll shake up your lunch. Sure is fun to watch Barney stick. There's blacks, browns, and duns. The little palomino that runs through the brush with his mouth open wide. Matt couldn't take out his bit without first using a stick to clean out all the oak brush inside. They slip and shuffle about as their names are called out. Mandingo, Sugarfoot, Patches. As the sun breaks the sky, another houlihan flies light around the neck as it catches. Roller Skates hears his name and starts playing his game. With his head on the ground, he starts hiding. He'll sure give him fits, but he ain't got no quit. Running across them rocks later, he'll be a-gliding. As you jig out of camp on that pig-eyed old skimp, you're sure glad it was his turn today. Because down in Brushy Basin are the cows you'll be chasing, and you might get to help some of them not get away. You make a tight drive with a few wild ones inside. They're holding, but looking for air. 14 cows with big calves, a few long-eared old hags, and one great big bald-faced trophy steer. He's shaking and looking, his mind is a-cooking. Remember his one time in the pen. He launches his escape right in front of old Skates. On your face, might be a grin. After a lightning attack, you get him drugged back and turn him loose again with the herd. He runs to the middle and seems to kind of settle, like maybe his vision is blurred. Long about noon and not a moment too soon, old Strawberry shows up with fresh horses. You take turns holding cattle and switching your saddles on the backs of the new labor forces. You're somewhere about 6 or 7 miles out. Some of them are still walking tight. This is no trail drive you're making. There ain't no mistaking. A handful of them are still looking for a fight. You pick up a few more and it ain't long before you got a nice little bunch walking out. Big brindle cow sets the pace. The old steer stays in place. The rest of them just following about. At the shipping trap gate, you finally drop off your freight. Turn your tired ponies loose to graze. You smell that oak wood a-burning and the thick steak sees a-turning as the sunset catches your graze. After supper is done, you talk about the wild runs and that one little bunch you got away. Ben about had 'em bent, but old Ranger was spent. Wasn't nothing else he could have done today. Then tired, you lay down with your teepee the walls around, and you turn out your lantern to sleep. But you wake up, it's far away. But it only seems like yesterday, and all have got your memories. Y'all keep snapping.